I do have a Jeff on the line. As a matter of fact, he's the lead vocalist of the band Like Bridges We Burn out of Texas. I have Jeff. He's joining me right now. That's a
What
night.
up? What up?
Well, how's it going, man?
Pretty good. And yourself?
I'm doing good, and I hope you like that segue leading into getting on the air, man.
Ah, it's perfect. I'm
Yeah,
definitely filling filling the Jeff slot right now.
feeling the
Maybe
Jeff
not.
slot. Yes. At least for the next 15, 20 minutes or so, but
Right, right.
I do appreciate you for joining me on behalf of the band. And the song I played, the last song that was played, is a song called "Hey Indiana." So that was an awesome track, man. That actually, I don't know if you noticed or not, but that was actually the first. Yeah, you sent me that song earlier today, and that was actually the first time I heard that record. As getting close to being on the air, and I liked the
Oh,
record. I
you
liked it.
did?
Yeah, I
Hey,
did.
so you had heard the songs from our previous EP.
Yeah, I've heard of the songs out of that, and I heard the songs on Reverb Nation as well. And that was actually the first time I heard "Hey Indiana," and I played it on the air, and I like the record, man. It's an awesome record.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
So,
that song is the latest one that we've recorded. We recorded that last year, at the end of last year, and so it's getting kind of old. But the good news is that this summer we're recording a new, for the first time for this band, a all new full length album, not an EP, but like a 10-song album, which we're working on right now and hope to have it out by the beginning of the fall.
oh, I like the sound of that, man. So, everyone be on the lookout for that record coming out this fall. As the cold gets warm, the music will get hot and intense. So,
Mhm.
go check it out, most definitely. Let's go ahead and begin with this question. How did this band, like Bridges, We Burn? How did this band first got started?
So the band formed in 2010. Uh, they it was originally a five-piece. It's still a five-piece. Two guitarists, a bass player, drummer, and a vocalist. And they had been together for, I'd say, three years. And in the spring of 2013, um, the guitar player Sean Holcomb and the lead singer Jason McKee, we they had to part from the band. No bridges burned, no pun intended. But and then so that following summer, they were auditioning for new vocalists because the other three, Joel Coons, who plays bass, Aaron Burkham, who plays guitar, and Brian Mize, the drummer, they weren't ready to call it quits. So they held auditions for a new vocalist and guitar player. And they found me on a website where I'd posted an ad saying that I was looking for a rock band, that I'd had some experience and I was interested in joining any band that would, have me. So they tried me out, and about a week later, or no, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, they called me up after I hadn't heard anything from them, and they asked if I wanted to come on this tour that they had booked, like a little mini tour. It was like a four-stop uh, tour around North Texas. And I said, yeah, I jumped on it. I knew their songs because I'd been rehearsing them a lot. And so we completed that tour. It was four stops. And by the end of the fourth one, that night, actually, right after we finished playing, they all called me over and they said, Jeff, welcome to the band. And we all got real giddy and jumped up and down and like, you know. But the guitar player, our new guitar player, Mike Mallory, he is he's been in several bands too, a lot like myself. But we found him a little later. He's a great guitarist. He's bringing a lot to the table. We're very excited to have him and be recording this new album. So what the future holds for us now is very similar to what that track just that you just that's the route we're taking now. The EP that was recorded before is called Fresh Out the Kitchen, but it became old. It'd been like 3 years since that band had formed, and so now we have a not a completely all new lineup, but we have two new members, including myself and Mike, the new guitar player. And right now we're in the process of recording a new album, and actually next tomorrow we have the privilege of playing at Warped Tour here in Dallas, and we won a contest. It was the Ernie Ball Battle of the Bands, and that was an ongoing thing for about 3 months. It was like an online voting and just a general like buzz feed of a buzz rating of how much buzz we could garner and whatnot. And so we got the call last week that we had won, along with I think 4 other bands were picked, so 5 in total. But there were at least 150 bands around this area trying to get on there. So we're very excited to be a part of Warped Tour tomorrow, and yeah.
Well, first and foremost, congrats on winning the contest, and and considering that there's a new members in the group, and apparently the chemistry has. It didn't take too long for the chemistry to click, and all of a sudden, y'all gonna be performing in a big stage out there in Texas, and you know what they say, big things comes in Texas, so. Y'all got a big opportunity in your hands, and speaking of chemistry, it's obviously very important whether you're in a group, a band, whatever the case may be. You being one of the new additions to the group and all, how long did it took for you and the rest of the band to click? Because obviously it takes time and get a chance to know each other and things like that.
Definitely.
How long did it take for you to have the chemistry, fit with you and the band?
To get all the jitterness and the first day awkwardness out, and for us to come together and it actually fell together pretty quickly. I honestly, the from the first moment that I met them, they all seemed very, very professional and true. They were gentlemanly, and they were like real cool. And once they told me that I was in the band, all that worry, all that stress that I'd felt about am I in, am I not, what's going on, once that was alleviated, I fell right into place. And once we acquired Mike, I think we the chemistry, and it's still growing even right now, but the chemistry came together in no time at all. And it's very important for me personally, and validating to have come. I consider Warped Tour pretty good, coming pretty far, and especially in what we did in the time of a year. So I'm proud of what we're doing, and the direction we're taking, and the chemistry. Really, the chemistry is it's all there for us, and we're really excited, and we're coming along smoothly. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up, even before the end of this year. We're stoked.
That's awesome, man. And from the song that I heard, "Hey Indiana," and the other songs I've heard on Reverb Nation and other sites, y'all got a good thing going right now. The band's been together for over 4 years, and sometimes when new members, you replace old members with new members, maybe the chemistry takes some time, but obviously like you said, the chemistry, it didn't take too long to click and to be on the same page. And y'all got
Yeah.
the new record coming out in the fall. Y'all got this huge opportunity tomorrow. Um, so here's what I want to ask. As far as of this group, um, there's alternative, there's heavy metal, there's hardcore type of music. What
Right.
would be the best to describe this band's music?
That's the question that a lot of people, our friends especially, when they're trying to describe our sound now, people ask, "What do you sound like? What kind of music do they play? What does it sound like?" And it's very hard to pigeonhole it, to put it into one exact category. But honestly, I think rock and post-hardcore fit it well. There are some elements of metal thrown in, and even some, like, a little flair of pop punk with me on vocals, because a lot of my influences growing up were pop punk and hardcore screamo. I do a little screaming now in this band that I didn't before in my bands before. So that being said, more than anything, we're post-hardcore. We're a band that combines screaming with singing, but as it happens to be right now, we're mostly singing, with our guitar player Aaron Burkham doing most of the screaming. Like, he'll be bellowing out screams, and I sing over the top of it, and it's turned into something that is sort of hard to describe. So I'm looking forward to finishing this album and getting it mastered so we can hear for ourselves. And anything else, any other genre to throw there, I can't think of one, but I would say rock, alternative, post-hardcore, but heavy on the singing and then light on the screaming. It sounds good though, man. We're really excited about it.
That's good to hear, man. And I like what I'm hearing from the music, and it's incredible. And you know how lead vocalists of bands, sometimes they sing some, and then there's times and there's bands like metal, they scream their heart out. But
Hmm.
you try to do a blend of both, and that could be a lot of pressure on your voice, man. But I will
Yeah,
give
you're right about that.
so I give you credit for at least giving that a try, and it definitely shows versatility on your part, because that's when the creativity comes into play. That's when it's like, what are you willing to do to bring out the best music that you possibly can? And sometimes it's more than just being inside your comfort zone. And
Exactly.
do you think that the screaming part, even though you mentioned that you're light on it, do you consider that being outside of your comfort zone, or was that something you done from previous
No.
bands that you was a part of?
Yeah, no, it's definitely brought me out of my comfort zone. Before I was mostly just a singer. Like, that's what I did. I sang, and I played guitar in previous bands, and now I'm just the front man. So along with that, I realized that the style of music that these guys play, it 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 reaches points in the song where it gets heavy, and just screaming feels right. And it never felt right to me before in my previous bands, and now that I'm with this one, it seems complementary. So I've kicked my own, like, kicked it up a notch myself, wanting to add that element. But the other guys, my bandmates, they all say that if I'm not comfortable screaming, I don't have to, which is awesome of them to say. But I honestly can do both, and I've gotten better at it. Like, just we started in the end of summer of last year, and by the beginning of this summer, I've grown so much, like, so much different than I never even thought that I would be where I was right now, as far as, like, vocally, and it's sounding really good.
Well, that's good to hear that your fellow bandmates, don't try to put too much pressure on how you should sing and how you should, scream and stuff because I mean after all, I mean when you out there performing, when people hear the songs on the EPs and stuff, they
Hmm.
are hearing your voice, and you gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes stuff like that can lead to tension and stuff like that. But that doesn't appear to be the case with you guys, and it's cool. And that's cool that they say, man, do what you gotta do, man. And
It is, and I wish, and I encourage anyone listening to check us out. We've got a new music video coming out for that song, "Hey Indiana," that you just played. It's coming out like this coming week. We've wrapped up on it a couple weeks ago, and we're supposed to be getting it this coming week. So it'll be after Warped Tour, but it'll be very, very soon. If not by Monday, then by the end of the week we'll have that out for everybody. But our live shows have definitely, the energy has increased like tenfold, from I don't want to say from what it was because I wasn't around for that, from what they sounded like before, but I'm really, really just hard pressed that the energy that we bring to the stage now when we play live is gonna catch the attention of people who've never heard of us, who just happen to be there. That kind of sound that makes a person turn their head and go, whoa, and give us that second of actual listening to us. That's really what it's all about for me.
well, that's good to hear that the music video is going to be coming up real soon, and I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to that. That being said, what was the experience like shooting the music video for the song?
The experience shooting that music video, uh, well, it's the first time we all got together and shot. It was really fun. Like we found a really cool spot out in the woods, and there's this huge tree that had fallen over, and we used that as a backdrop. And so we set up in front of it. And I know that a lot of bands do videos out in the woods and whatever. It's kind of like cliche, but the spot we have picked out was so cinematic. It was production value that was sitting right there that we didn't have to pay for and that no one's ever used. It's untapped. And I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the video, but I saw the places we filmed it, and it's gonna look really awesome. I think. The experience, though, it was hot that day, and we had a few beers, just kicking back and rocking out, like trying not to take it too seriously, but still taking it seriously, bringing that level of professionalism, and because we want to please everybody, and we don't want to waste anyone's time at all. So we took steps and measures to make sure that we gave it 100%, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it turned out.
Everybody be on the lookout for the music video "Hey Indiana" by
Yeah,
Like Bridges We Burn, coming hopefully this coming week.
very
Uh,
soon.
so for people that wants to learn more of the band and upcoming appearances and music, etc., why don't you go ahead and promote the links? Where can people learn more from this band?
You can find all our music and everything that you need to know about us at likebridgesweburn.com. We've got Facebook, Twitter. You can follow us there. We're on YouTube. You can check out our music on Spotify, and but likebridgesweburn.com. That's the place to find the hub for everything that we have out there. We've got some new shirts that we just printed off. We're selling those at Warped Tour, but if you want to order one online, you can find that at our Big Cartel website. It's all there on the .com, the likebridgesweburn.com.
There you go. I mean, one website, all the social media, all the music, just all things Like Bridges We Burn. Go check them out at their website. And if you're in the Texas area, check them out on the Warped Tour. tomorrow. You can go to the website.
Yeah, come say hi, y'all. If anyone's coming, come say hi. We'd love to talk to
Absolutely.
y'all.
Well, Jeff, it was great chatting with you to kick off the show. I truly appreciate it, and just congrats on everything that has happened to you since you joined the band, and
Thank you, Kenny.
continue success. And thank you for being my Jeff of Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. For at least for today, I truly appreciate it.
No, anytime. Thank you, though. Thank you for this whole opportunity.
You have a good night, man.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Jeff of the band Like Bridges We Burn joining me on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. The official Jeff, as in Jeff, the co-host of the show, he's not here. I think he's still recovering from back problems. So, just recovering. Get well soon. He hasn't been on the show for the last 3 weeks now.